So I don't know if you guys have flown before, but if you have, I guarantee your first flight was not as bad as mine. I was up 23 hours before the flight because I decided, hey, it's a 6-hour flight from LAX to Orlando. I'll be able to sleep the whole way there. I'll have a good night's sleep on the plane. I'll get up and I'll be ready to go. I was going there for a choir competition back in high school, so there's 80 other teenagers on the plane with me. So I knew that my plan went to shit the second I get on the plane and I sit down in my seat. I realized, like, oh, there's 2 guys I don't know. This will be fine. I sit down and I walk into a conversation about how many bowls they'd smoked before they got here. And so I'm like, oh, it'll be cool. They'll go to sleep, right? No, this is sativa. Screwed. So we get up in the air. They're at that perfect volume where it was loud enough to keep me awake, but quiet enough so they weren't being a nuisance to everyone else, right? Well, we get up and the flight attendant comes over and she's like, oh, do you guys want anything to drink? Right away. Yeah, we'll have 2 rum and cokes. And I'm just thinking, oh, cool, they'll start drinking. They're going to get quiet and they're going to get sleepy. Nope, they were party animals. So they start drinking. You know, they asked me, I tried to fall asleep for like 45 minutes, right? No way it was happening. I sit up, I eventually start talking to them. They ask me, oh, why are you on this plane? And I'm like, oh, me and the other teenagers were going to this competition in Orlando for choir. And they go, oh, you're in choir. And this is after a couple of drinks. And the guy next to me goes, hey, you guys should sing for us. And I'm like, thinking to myself, I'm like, fuck no, dude. Like, dude, like, everyone's asleep right now. No. And I'm thinking, he's drunk enough, he's not going to remember this conversation. So I'm like, maybe when we land, we'll sing something, right? And he's like, I got you, big man, I got you. And I'm just like, okay, weirdo. And so, you know, the rest of the flight goes on, nothing's that bad. You know, they're just being loud and being kind of rowdy. And then all of a sudden, like, about 45 minutes left into the flight, he goes, and the flight attendant comes over and he goes, yeah, I'll have a double this time. I'll have a double shot of rum with my Coke. And I'm like, okay, now he's going to start drinking even more. This is going to get even worse. I'm already pissed off. I'm tired. I'm just wanting to get out of this plane. And so the flight attendant walks away. Now she walks away, I kind of turn around, and out of the corner of my eye, I see my choir director, who's sitting like a row catty corners of me behind me. And he gives me the bro nod. I give him one back because I'm a courteous man. And so, you know, he kind of turn back around. I'm just thinking, shit, man, what am I going to do? And so the flight attendant comes back with these 2 little bottles of rum and this Coke, and she places them on his table. And he very, like, sneakily kind of, like, turns around and watches her leave. And as he's watching her leave, I'm just thinking, what is this guy doing? And then he slides the 1 bottle of rum onto my table, and he goes, hey, big man, I got this for you because, you know, you haven't been drinking with us. You've been a good guy. Yeah. Wait, you're not 21, right? And I go, no, dude, I'm in high school. I'm 16. And he goes, yeah. So you can't order this for yourself. So I got this for you, dog. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, I want to drink. Like, this would be awesome. You know what I mean? This might be the little bit of edge I need to put me to sleep. And I kind of like turn and like see out of the corner of my eye, my choir director's eyeballing me. He's watching this whole thing go down. Shit. So I like slide the drink back over to him. I'm like, dude, I can't, you know. My choir director's right there, and he goes, no, but you can though! And he like yells it and wakes up a couple people, right? He wakes up some people, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, no, like I can't. My choir director's watching, and he goes, oh, fuck that guy, man. And I'm just like, yeah, I agree. Like, let's just calm down. You know. He just starts drinking, and every time from this point on, he's offering me alcohol because he's ordering doubles. And every time he shoots both of them back, and I'm just thinking, this is just getting so much worse and so much more worse. And eventually he starts to wake up a couple people, and we're getting ready to land, right? This is the end of the flight, about 5 minutes left. We're getting ready to land, and the plane starts shaking like worse than any earthquake you've ever have experienced. And, you know, the fasten seatbelt sign's on, we're going down. And for some reason, this guy decides, I'm going to make an announcement. He unbuckles his seatbelt, stands up, and he yells to the plane, hey, you kids better start singing because this plane ain't making it to the ground. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, and I'm thinking to myself, where's the air marshal? You know if this guy was like Middle Eastern, he would have been shot by now, like everything would have been going wrong, and this would have been totally crazy. Like, and flight attendants are running over. I'm like, dude, put on your seatbelt, sit down, like trying to calm him down. And I'm just like, sir, and he goes, no, I just trying to make everyone feel good. And he sits back down by the seat, and I'm like, how are you making people feel good? And, you know, the flight ends, we get down. The minute we hit the ground, I'm like, up, I'm getting my stuff out, I'm like, I'm getting out of here. And he pulls me down, and he looks at me and goes, hey, I just need to tell you, big man, that, you know, you're a good guy. You're really wise. And I love you, man. And then he passes out on the table in front of him. And so I walk off the plane. I'm ready to get out. And I'm walking the feet outside the door, and he goes, and I just hear from the back of the plane, familiar voice, just goes, hey, Jake said you guys would sing when we get here. Start singing. That's all. That's like terrible flight experience. Thank you.